So the legendary television impersonator, talk show, and game show host, actor and singer Regis Francis Xavier Philbin passed away on July 24th in Greenwich, Connecticut at the age of 88 due to natural causes. At first I heard it was natural causes, but just recently Regis actually died of a heart attack from the coronary artery disease. Poor Regis. Regis also died on Jennifer Lopez's 51st birthday. Happy belated birthday, J-Lo. Regis also died a month before his 89th birthday since he was born on August 25th, 1931 in New York City. Regis served in the U.S. Navy after graduating from the University of Notre Dame. His television career started serving as a page for The Tonight Show in the 1950s. Regis got his first TV exposure as Joey Bishop's sidekick on The Joey Bishop Show in 1967. Then there was The Morning Show. Regis and Kathie Lee teamed up on June 24, 1985. Their chemistry was successful as The Morning Show became #1 in the market. The Morning Show was renamed to Live with Regis and Kathie Lee and went on to debut in national syndication on September 5, 1988. I remember seeing Regis and Kathie Lee in the mornings growing up. Can't forget Regis and Kathie Lee's cameo appearance on Seinfeld when Kramer was on their show publishing his coffee table book. Kramer and Kathie Lee kissing each other on the lips, Kathie Lee finding Kramer adorable, but then he spit out some coffee and Kathie Lee was pissed as she did not find it adorable for Kramer to spit coffee on her Kathie Lee casuals. According to Kathie Lee herself, that was such a funny scene. I mean, Regis saying Kramer is bonkos, and then he gets startled when Kramer spits out the coffee and then tells the audience we'll be right back. Yeah, okay. I mean, Kathie Lee was pissed. I could imagine her confronting Kramer like, what the hell was wrong with you? How dare you spit coffee all over my Kathie Lee casuals? What's wrong with you? I'm sorry, it was an accident. Trust me, I would never do it on purpose. It was the coffee. Something about it just didn't taste right. It just didn't taste right. It was nasty. Ah! Fine. But you better be glad that you're adorable. The show did well with great ratings, but Kathie Lee left the show on July 28, 2000. Why did she leave the show? Well, I heard that she left the show because she wanted to take care of her kids and spend time with her family more. But also, according from an article on August 16, 2007, it sounds like it was due to her father dying, and he died just 2 years later. She was not comfortable making it public. She said, I knew it was going to be horrendous. It was going to be a horrendous family experience. I just had to have time with him without cameras in my face and without having to explain things. I wanted my daddy to be able to die with the dignity in which he had lived his life. It's understandable. I mean, you don't want the public to be all in your business and then asking you all these questions. So it's understandable on Kathie Lee's part. Kelly Ripa became the official replacement for Kathie Lee on February 5th, 2001. Kathie Lee will return to Live with Regis and Kelly as a guest for the first time since leaving the show on September 14th, 2007. Kathie Lee have said positive things about Kelly. She says, Kelly Ripa needed time to establish herself as Regis Philbin's new sidekick. It was so closely associated with the show and so closely branded with it that it was extremely wise for them to distance themselves from me in order to give Kelly a chance to make an impact, which she's done beautifully.
Look at this body. Are you kidding me?
Oh, please. You know what's under here? Why am I hiding it?
No, there's nothing.
On January 18th, 2011, Regis announced that he was leaving Live. His final show was on November 18th, later that year. Live became Live with Kelly and Michael. Former NFL defensive end of the New York Giants, Michael Strahan, was Regis' replacement in 2012. 4 years later, Strahan left and Ryan Seacrest would take his place in 2017. Now it is Live with Kelly and Ryan. Regis was also the host of game shows, mainly Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and many more. He was married to his wife, Kathie Lee, from 1955 to 1968, his first wife. And they have a son and a daughter. He married his second wife, Joy. They were married for 50 years from 1970 until Regis died on July 24th. They have two daughters, Joanna and JJ. Their daughter JJ was the creator and exclusive producer of the recently canceled ABC show, Single Parents. Regis made a guest appearance in the episode of the second season of Single Parents. Regis has gone through some health problems over the years, and you know Regis' death would be the hardest on Kathie Lee. Kathie Lee and Kelly would pay a tribute to Regis. Kathie Lee said, "There are no words to fully express the love I have for my precious friend Regis. I simply adored him. Every day with him was a gift. We spent 15 years together, bantering and bickering and laughing ourselves silly. A tradition and a friendship we shared up to this very day. I smile knowing somewhere in heaven at this very moment he's making someone laugh. It brings me great comfort knowing he had a personal relationship with his Lord that brought him great peace. I send all the love in my heart to Joy, to his children, to the rest of his family, and to the innumerable people he touched over his legendary life. There has never been anyone like him, and there never will be." Kathie Lee was also on the Today Show, and she talks about what she will miss about Regis. And she said that the last time that she saw Regis was weeks before his death, where they had lunch. And she made Regis laugh because apparently Regis was not smiling or even laughing for some years now. And it's sad to hear about that because Regis seemed like a guy that was always smiling and always in a good mood and happy. But as his health was just a big problem over the years, it just didn't happen. Plus, she also said that he also lost some friends. There was one friend who died from the coronavirus. Cursed this coronavirus. Friend that died from the coronavirus died just a week before Regis did. And I'm sure that's hard when, as you get older, to be losing friends and around Regis' age, and you know, it's got to be hard. But it was great that Kathie Lee made Regis laugh. These two were two peas in a pod. They had a long-lasting friendship that was precious. They are the best duo in TV history. Their friendship is similar to the friendship that Kathie Lee has with Hoda. I would say Regis and Kathie Lee were a better duo than Regis and Kelly. I mean, Regis and Kelly were nice, but when it comes to Regis and Kathie Lee, the connection these two had was special. Come to find out, when Regis left Live, he and Kelly were not on good terms. He never even returned to Live since leaving. Regis said Kelly was offended when he left, thinking he was leaving because of her. He was leaving because he was tired. He was getting older since he was 80 when he left. It was the same similar situation between Kelly and Michael Strahan. It sounds like Kelly was also offended, thinking Strahan was leaving because of her.
Do you keep in touch with Kelly Ripa?
Not really, no.
No? Did they ask you to go back even for a day?
Never once did they ask me to go back.
You're kidding.
She got very offended when I left. She thought I was leaving because of her. I was leaving because I was getting older and that wasn't right for me anymore.
She means she took it personal?
Yeah, I think so. That was 11 years ago. And I
Haven't heard.
never have.
And you can tell that Regis sounds hurt. I guess he still just doesn't understand, and it's like he's asking himself, I don't understand why she had a problem with me leaving. Why would she think it was because of her? It wasn't. And it sounds like Kelly was like, oh, okay, so you're going to leave me? It's because of me, isn't? You're so selfish. How dare you? And then Regis, maybe he was like, Kelly, what are you talking about? I'm tired. I'm not leaving because of you. I'm just tired. I just want to move on. This has nothing to do with you. And then maybe Kelly was like, oh, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. I don't want to speak to you again. I mean, if that was the case, and then with Michael Strahan, she probably was like, oh, so you're leaving me too, just like Regis? Wow. And then Michael Strahan was probably like, Kelly, what is your problem? Don't I have the right to leave? If that was the case, then Kelly has some issues and she needs to get it together. She wasn't even invited to Regis' funeral. According to this source, it says, you have to understand the dynamic of their relationship. It was an on-air, not off-air friendship. And towards the end of their time on air together, there was a lot of bad blood. So yeah, Kelly and Regis had their on and air relationship, but unless you have an off the air relationship like Regis and Kathie Lee had, don't expect to be invited to his funeral. Then there's another source that just came out saying that Kathie Lee and Kelly possibly have been feuding over Regis, claiming that Kelly, she was allegedly jealous of Kathie Lee because she could never compete with the bond she and Regis had, and Kelly still resents her for it. I'm not sure if this article is true. It's probably fake, but hey, who knows? But it sounds like Regis and Kelly never made amends. And if that's the case, then that's on Kelly. I don't know why Kelly would think that Regis left because of her. I mean, she needs to get it together. Heck, who knows? Maybe she's one of those egotistic people. And then it's like, yeah, she gave a tribute to Regis, but then it's like, is the tribute actually heartfelt? Does she really feel bad that the man died? Is it really coming from the heart? Or is she just saying that to act like she actually still cares about him even after his death? But she really doesn't. She's just pretending that she does, and she still holds a grudge towards Regis leaving. And see, this is another reason why I think Regis and Kathie Lee are a better duo than Regis and Kelly. I mean, do you really think that Kathie Lee would accuse Regis of leaving because of her if Kathie Lee was in Kelly's position? I'm sure Kathie Lee wouldn't do something like that. But when it comes to Kelly, well, that's a whole nother story. Let's also not forget Regis' cameo appearance in Family Guy when Peter was doing that Can't Touch Me song. Can't touch me. Let's see Regis rap this way. Can't touch me. Rest in peace, Regis Philbin. Thank you for entertaining the world. He seemed like a fun, down-to-earth guy who loved to make people laugh. He was also classy. The man known for his smile and infectious charm.